Yeah, guys, the NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Whether you're a casual fan or love diving into stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to download the FanDuel app today and get started.
All right, guys, the Browns made a deal at the trade deadline yesterday. It may be the most non-sexy move in the history of deadline deals. The Browns traded Joe Tyron-Shoyinka and a 7th-round pick to the Chicago Bears in exchange for a 6th-round pick. We talked all in the lead-up, guys, about will they be buyers, will they be sellers, Njoku, Teller, Shelby Harris, Rayshawn Jenkins. Could those guys be on the move? And lo and behold, they are all still here for the remaining 9 games of the season. G, when you saw what the Browns did, turning Joe Tyron-Shoyinka, a.k.a. JTS, so we don't have to say his name anymore, and a 7th into a 6th, a Minimowski move to steal your word, are you surprised that that is the only move they executed at the deadline?
No. I mean, in the words of Jason Lloyd, what did you think they were going to do? Like, what move were they going to?
I thought they were going to do something. Full disclosure. So I was surprised.
And again, they do a good job of telling us certain things, and then they don't do those things. So I kind of knew it wasn't going to be no moves. I wasn't excited, and then it's kind of crazy because for the last couple of years, remember, but maybe about 5 years ago, we used to always say there's no really moves. Like, people don't trade people in the NFL.
Now they do.
Now they just got the memo. Like, they're like, yeah, let's make some moves. And so I looked at it, and when I saw the Jets moving everybody, and then what the Jets were getting for said picks, I just realized, oh, man, we got priced out of this market. Because if they people giving up ones, we ain't got no ones to give up like that. Like Jason said, we got to pre-qualify these some of the Browns. We ain't got no money, and we don't got no picks that they willing to give up. So after I saw what they was giving, I said, oh, these are 6-7. No, we not getting nobody. And there's no offensive line. If there was an offensive lineman able to be had at this point, he's not very good.
That's right.
No one's trading a good offensive lineman midseason. No one. Like, it doesn't happen. Jason,
Correct.
were you surprised that they made a move, but it was such a low-level move?
No, I can't say I was surprised. I would like to have seen if they could bring a receiver in. I think it's a little bit easier to get a receiver, but again, it's probably going to be a lower-level guy. As much as I love Garrett Wilson, and as much as I would love to see Garrett Wilson here, I don't think that move, sort of what Garrett was saying with the prices they were getting and what you had to give up to get him, they're not in position right now to have a Mercedes price tag at receiver. Like we've talked before about, their cap sheet is sort of in disarray right now. So if they're giving guys away, it's sort of like what they've done in the past for Amari Cooper. If that move is out there, fine. But that move wasn't out there to make. You can only shop in the aisle where there's produce. And I just don't think that it aligned. There was a time where I thought maybe Njoku would be on the move. But as we talked in the weeks leading up to it, man, you got to give these guys something. Yeah. You got to give them something to throw to. How can you get any sort of read at all on what you have in the quarterback room? There's already hardly any targets out there to throw to. If you take away someone like a David Njoku, I just for what? If you're going to give Njoku in a 6th to San Francisco for a 5th, I'd rather keep David.
I'm with you, and I'm more surprised that they weren't slightly buyers than they actually turned out to be. And a guy like Rashid Shaheed, who ended up getting traded for a 3rd and a 4th, 4th and a 5th, depending on the qualifiers. I know he's not great. He's not a 1 by any means. Yeah. He's going to be the 3 in Seattle. But when you're trying to get an evaluation on these two quarterbacks, and mainly Dylan first and then Shador, to your point, Jason, you have to have something to evaluate them with.
Yeah.
And yes, Dylan Gabriel has not been good. So I have to preface, he has not been good. But the receivers aren't open and the line isn't blocking well. And I would like to see him maybe have a chance with a receiver that could create a little separation, who's not ranked 100th out of 100 in ESPN's receiver score, which is currently where Jerry Jeudy sits, by the way. Their number 1 receiver ranks dead last in ESPN's overall receiver score. Shaheed is in the 50th percentile. He's not great. He's not a game changer. He's not a 1 on a future team. But for a 3rd and 4th price tag, when the Browns have so many extra picks in this upcoming draft, and I know there's going to be a lot of roster turnover. They already have, 7 rookies on the roster? Like, they have a ton of rookies.
Oh, they got
was it 14?
14.
Yeah.
I think 7 are undrafted.
An absurd amount of rookies already. There's only so many guys you can bring back in and keep on a roster. I would have liked to see them be aggressive and not go for a Garrett Wilson. I'm not giving up any like high draft capital.
Right.
But a guy like Shaheed, just somebody else to come in here so you have a better way to evaluate these two young quarterbacks.
I kind of compare it to this. Like, I don't know what the turmoil is, and I don't know what it is in the front office. But it's kind of like, man, I've been divorced before. And it's like there's a period right before you get divorced where it's like, hey, we're going to have to put a hold on all major decisions. Like, if we was renovating something, I said, oh, no, y'all got to go. Y'all got to stop, put that hammer down. We listen, I appreciate y'all. What do I owe you? But we ain't doing no more. You kind of put a stop on when we ain't buying no cars. We not opening no new credit cards.
You freeze your assets.
Freeze all assets because we got to figure out if these are going to get split. So it's kind of like with the Cleveland Browns. They're looking around and like, oh, okay, they done gave up the play calling. Cool. There you go. And that tells me that they doing everything possible to kind of give these dudes a look. Like, maybe if Kevin ain't working, let's just try something drastic. They change the play calling. Let's see what it is. But you're not going to be like, all right, well, let me go out and get Garrett Wilson. And Kevin going to be like, well, if I had Garrett Wilson, why would I turn play calling over? I feel like I could get something out of that. Like, nah, we're not about to do. We going to freeze the assets. We're going to figure out piece by piece what we got. We start with these two quarterbacks. And then in the offseason, free agency, draft, we'll figure out what we need to go shopping for.
That's why I thought the mid-level guy was way more like the Garrett Wilson was never going to happen. The Brian Thomas Jr. rumors, like I didn't think that was realistic.
But also, and I don't know his contract situation. You're looking for guys who you control for the next couple of years. If there's a guy who's up at the end of the year, it's not going to do you any good.
And I'm not saying he was the exact. I'm just mentioning he's a guy that is a capable receiver that would instantly be an upgrade over everyone on the roster but Judy, and he didn't go for a first or second round pick.
And I think what they're doing, turning 7s into 6s, 6s into 5s, they're trying to accumulate as much draft capital as they can so they can move around the board on draft day. It's not that they're trying to take 3 players in the 5th round or however many 5th round picks they have now. If that's the last sweetener you need to move around, that's what they're trying to do. So you're not going to burn that now on a guy who you're going to lose at the end of the year, or maybe he only has one more year of control if you don't love him.
And look up Shaheed's contract. He wasn't the name. I'm more just
curious.
Agent
In 2026.
Say again?
Unrestricted free agent in 2026.
So they'd have him for 1 year.
One more year.
1 more year.
So I'm just using him as an example.
And what did he go for? How much?
It's a 3rd and 4th or a 4th and 5th, depending on his production.
See, and that's a lot for a guy because they're not going to be any good next year. They'll be better than this.
It just gives you a better evaluation.
I agree.
Of the guy,
I agree with that. But I think how long is Tyson Campbell under contract? They got like 3 years.
3 years with him, yeah.
So that I think is a lot more appealing to them when you've got multiple years. I'm with you, and I said last week, like, man, give them something. Give them something to throw to. If you can bring someone in, great. But I think you have to balance that with the long-term plan of what they're trying to accomplish here, and making sure that they have enough assets to move around the board at the draft.
I just say whenever Shador gets a chance to play. Like, I want to see him throw to real NFL receivers. Like, I just want to see what it looks like when he has a real stable, and it won't be a great stable, but like a real stable of weapons around him. I want to see the same thing with Dylan. And I thought they had an opportunity, and obviously the market dictates who's available, who's not. Like, there may not have been that guy out there. And I use Shaheed as an example. He probably wasn't getting traded. He didn't want to go from the Saints to the Browns, right? He ended up going to Seattle. But
I just
want to see that.
I hate using this excuse. Do you count? Because Browns be doing this all the time, and I'll be mad at it. Do you count the resurgence of Cedric Tillman coming back?
For 6.
Thank you
for 6 quarters. I mean, like, and I said, like, when he's played, he's been relatively effective, but he hasn't proven he can stay on the field for more than 3 games in a row.
No,
so like you can't count on it.
Yeah, that's not a move. You just. I'd be interested to see. Now, I know this ain't the topic, but I mean, I just really do want to see. I want to see if it looks different. We talked about some of your fence rider questions, a little foreshadowing. Is this thing going to look that specifically different? And how does it look? And also, man, after the Jets traded all them folks, I was like, this went from this is a game that we could win to you got to win this one, don't you?
That's exactly what our next topic is. So, Ant, give us a read. Let's hop into it.